The school resource officer, which was approved on Monday, October 13th, will be shared by Yankton High School and Yankton Middle School. Yankton Police Chief Brian Paulsen talks about the new position.
Sure, we developed a program, or I developed a program with my staff in Nebraska. We hadn't had one, but it was a Class B school, which would be comparative to what Yankton is, and it was just a number of calls. And it's nothing serious, and we didn't have anything life-threatening, or the safety of the students wasn't jeopardized at any point that spurred us to create the position. But there was federal funding through the Department of Justice for COPS grants, and school resource officer was one of the priorities. So we just developed it. We had a number of calls there, as we do here, and we felt that having an officer in there, building that relationship, was paramount to really curbing and stemming some of the issues that we were seeing. The school has the children in, or the kids, high school, for 8 hours or more per day. If extracurricular, it really stretches into quite a few hours in the day. So we felt that having a law enforcement presence, so the students could vent or ask questions, or really get a feel for not only the career, but also what could be done in situations they have, because they really weren't, we didn't feel that they were getting that information, or the information they needed to really help problem solve some of the issues they had in relationships at their own level, maybe issues that were occurring at home. I think it's going to be a very rewarding program here for Yankton. I don't know that anybody was ever against it. It was just the funding source that we really had to come up with, and this is going to provide us an opportunity to really build it into the position that we want, that best fits the community. Starting with a part-time employee, spending time in the two different buildings, primarily middle school and the high school. We're going to get feedback from the school resource officer saying, okay, I think we need to implement something here for this population, the middle school population, and maybe implement a program, or maybe he or she would do some teaching of constitutional law or search and seizure. Always questions that come up when police officers are around kids, could be answered easily, and really develop and really become a source of accurate information. We'll be expecting some feedback from the position as well on how we develop the program. I said last night that I think that we would be big enough, and we could definitely use a second and maybe even a third, but I think we need to really build the program, get it on solid ground, and really look at the positions or maybe the programs that we hope to install or instill into the schools. A lot of those calls will be handled by the SRO through a de-escalation, or maybe just guidance. I really see the position more of a guidance role. I hate to say grandfather, grandmother, or maybe even a father, mother, but I really see it more as a position where they can communicate and build those relationships with these students. I think that the volume or the reward of this program will be 4 or 5 years down the road, when we have students coming back and saying, I really had some issues in my life, regardless of what they were, and I went to the SRO, and he or she was able to help me, and it's really made me become a productive citizen and a young adult at that point. Those are the types of the things that we're looking for, our outcomes. Numbers-wise, I think our calls will go down, which will be good, but at the same time, I think our numbers will go up as far as the programs we offer. I would just ask the public to provide us feedback on what they're hearing, what their perception of it is. Or is the SRO a program that they're seeing a benefit? We don't always hear that. Everybody's willing to call, and it's just human nature. I'm probably the same way as everybody else. When something negative happens, I want to call, but if there's positive consequences, we sure would like to hear those. I know the school would, as well as the police department. And I think it really allows us to build the program so that it better fits the city of Yankton.